Hello there, and welcome back to Empyrion Galactic Survival. I'm Game Badger, and this is episode 2. And following directly on from our last episode, where we just got the base up and running, loosely termed up and running. Oh, whoa, whoa, oh, there we go. Okay, that was an unexpected start. Some fuel, rounds, and some resources. Okay, that's fair enough. We can use that. So as I was saying before, we were rudely interrupted. Oi! Ah, you've gone and put a hole in the wall. Right, so we need to patch that up. We have some blocks there, we'll drop one on. So yeah, that was an interesting start. So yes, we've got the base up and running. It's airtight. It has power. We've got a lot of power, solar power there. So we have everything we need to get going. But it doesn't look very appealing. I mean, it's functional and that's appealing. But aesthetically, it could use some work. And that is one of our goals in this episode. We're gonna get the base looking good, maybe even better than good. At the end of the last episode, we also picked up a alien organism from an Hishkill. So we're going to take that and we're going to go and talk to the local Vren clan, who are our friendly neighborhood pirates. And we're going to see if they want to buy these things. Spoiler alert, they want to buy these things. That is going to help us set up rather nicely with some useful upgrades that, and you can get them other places, but this is the quickest way of doing it. If you happen to look into it, then go for it. We're also going to start the storyline for this moon, which we've already had notifications for over at Land Grand Maria. And if we have time, then we're also going to try and put a ship into the game. We have a lot of things lying around. I haven't mentioned it yet, but we have a lot of things lying around that we can generate a ship. But first off, because it's going to help the rest of the game, we're going to go over to the La Grande Maria, we're going to talk to the pirates, and we're going to sell some stuff and buy some better stuff. Okay, so here we are at La Grande Maria, and some discovery has helped us get to level 6. New mission available, Deserted Towers. Talk to the guard. Okay, right. Well, we'll get to that in a moment, but firstly, and this is possibly the most important thing you can do, is check that this little speeder bike here sitting free and available to pick up. This one, you can't pick it up. This one, you can. And to be honest, it's a lot better looking than white, plain. I mean, it's not a bad colour, but it's very plain. So we're going to take that. Then we're going to talk to the pirate trader here. He buys Optronics, which we can sell to him for 390, and Alien Organism. Now, although the market price is 2,500, he's actually willing to shell out 2987, and we're going to accept that. We now have over 3,000 credits. So let's buy a radiation protection booster. We'll buy a multi-booster. These that are going in our suits. We'll buy some health packs. And let's just buy some food as well. Now, do we have enough to buy all the food? We do. We can buy 83 chunks of meat. That's definitely going to help. We have an assault shotgun. So let's buy all of the rounds. And although we don't have a sniper yet, we're going to have a sniper. We'll buy all of those as well. And we don't have a drill at the moment. We don't have a multi-chart. We don't have a tier 2 multi-tool, but we might get one. So, I mean, let's buy 20, see how much that costs. Buy 20 of those, and then we can get many. And we can get like 12 of these. And so we have them, if we get a drill in a loot box, then we'll have them available. So we're good to go. Now, because this is light armor, you don't actually require an armor locker to suit up. I can just drop these upgrades into the booster slots. So if you see on the stats here, before we put them in, we've got 2 rads of protection, which isn't much, and we have 100 armor. That increases our radiation protection to 9 rads. This will increase it by a further 1, so we're up to 10 rads of protection. We have an extra 15 armor. It's not a lot, but at the moment, everything. Every little. So, there we go. Health packs. Now, let's go and see about this quest they want. Carl Scrum of the Guard. What do you want? Oi! No loitering around at our base. If you're from the Traders Guild, I might let you through or rob you. What shall it be? We quite reasonably point a gun at him. Your weapon. Oi! Cool, man. Did not mean to argue with you. Please be our guest. Check with Captain Sheik, and you can find him somewhere up in the ship. I will lower the ramps for you. Well, that's mightily kind of you. Glad to see you. The reasoning. Go and talk to the captain. There we go. Hey you, what? Ah, Scrummer, idiot. How many times have I told him not to let visitors through without taking their guns first? I'll put him in the brig for that. So you're here now and I'm still alive, so welcome, welcome and all that. What do you want, stranger? Now here's a lot of potentially interesting things to talk about. Well, as I mentioned in the last episode, we're not going to be doing any of the Chashake Talon stuff. Arguably, we could ask about the logo. Let me see. Yes, actually, there are a few wrecks in orbit that we passed while sneaking in through the Xerax patrols around Omicron. So if you're looking for these guys, they might be dead already. Not sure, though. The Xerax comms were more silent than usual. Maybe these logo guys slipped past them as well. Xerax commanders rarely report being defeated. Well, who does? Quite often, if you're defeated, you can report. But anyway. We don't really care about the general situation at the moment, or do we? Let's ask him. What can I say? Our clan, the Wren, got a job from the Silurian. They dropped us here to gather some stuff. We didn't even know what it was. Luckily, we have our old-timer over there. Without him, we would be lost. Speaking of that, we did lose half of the crew in the first week. The Silurian clan might not be happy, as it was their guys that simply stepped into a big nest. Warned them, but they didn't listen. Hated those breeds anyway, not a big loss. You're very compassionate, Captain. Right. Interesting things about the planet. Let's look around. Just dust and rocks and worms and scary flying things and more things trying to kill you, in addition to the radiation and the heat. It's been a weapon test area for the Xeraxian scum, so expect a lot of stuff lying around. Other than that, this rock is stripped of any valuable materials except a few costly yet hardly obtainable ores. They're full of helpful information. How can I help? Oh, this could be a mistake, but let's go. Hoped you'd seen that, old-timer. Our engineer needs some serious help to get us going again. Ha! Ingenious bastard. He's 120 years and leading yet another mutiny against me every other week. Old man, but he knows what we need to find on this dusty rock to make some profit for the family. Find him in the rear engine rooms. Check with him. And let me know if he tries to overthrow me again. Well, you seem like a not unreasonable captain, so we might tell you if you're doing any nonsense, but I'm making up. I've got a lot to do. I can't keep track for you. Right, so the old-timer. Let's see what he has to say. Hey, man, you the new guy? Another worthless soul on the pirate trunk? Did not think they would send someone to help, so let's not waste time not getting any younger, eh? CPU cores of that dustbin of a ship are broken. Seen these scrapper drones on your way here? Get me 5 of their computer units so I can strip the valuable stuff. Your suit AI should be able to help to analyze their parts. Don't waste my time bringing back rubble. That seems fair enough, so we're going to do it. Aye. Now the fun thing is Old Timer, he's okay at his job, but he doesn't really know what we're doing. And we're going to use this back door here because it's a bit quicker. The red thing. Is that a drone? Nope, that's just one of the flying creatures. Right. So what they're not familiar with or aware of is that the computers they want us to find from these little drones, the little floaty ones, like these chaps here, they can drop computers. And if you're struggling for resources, I mean that's fine. Look, they both dropped one each, which is pretty cool. But the thing of it is, it's the same computers you can make back at the base or in a constructor, wherever it is. So we don't really need to find them. We can do what we want, and then when we're ready to give this guy some computers, we can just make them if we don't already have them. Pretty handy. It's a nice quest. It's a fetch quest that isn't a fetch quest. So, you know, we've got things to do. I mean, Old Timer, I'm sure he's got a good few years left in him. It'll be fine. Okay, back at base, and let's see, we need to... Well, we're kind of hurting for food, so what we'll do is we'll drop some of this off there. Get rid of these here as well. The laser rifle is going to come in handy because all weapons, when you loot the weapon, they actually come with 1 clip's worth of ammo already. So it could come in handy. We don't have anything for that yet, so drop that there. Also going to get rid of this hover bike because we have our new speeder out back. We have a core for our next POI. Don't need it at the moment. Now, where are we on our levels? We are level 6. Does that allow us to unlock anything cool? Nothing there that we need. How about tool? Okay, we need to be level 12 to unlock the tier 2 multi-tool. That is a worthy device, so we're going to be hoping that we just find one. Drill at level 7, but that requires at least a large constructor. Also unlocks at level 7. We're good here. We don't really need any of that. Let's see, for the base, an O2 station. That could come in handy. Large constructor. Oh, okay, that unlocks at level 5. We can build that now. Do we have the materials? We do. So let's get that done. That's going to increase our ability to do stuff quite nicely. You know what? While we're at it, let's see about a couple more oxygen tanks for them. We already have 1 oxygen tank that came with the base. But we'll build a couple of more. If we build one, it will automatically transfer what's from one to the other. So we can get it off the ground and on the roof, which is where I want it. We just pick it up, as long as we put this one down first. And you know what? I think 2 will be sufficient for now. Now, if you haven't played with volume on before, or if you're uncertain how to do this, I mean, the large constructor weighs a ton. Literally 1 KSU, 1.2. So what you do is you connect to the container, and then you pull it down onto the orange action bar, and then you can place it like you can any other device. It's painfully that simple. And there we go. We now have a large constructor. Let's tie it up to the input output. That's the wrong one there. Input output. Turn it off to save power. Okay, now right, let's craft a sniper rifle. Have some rounds. We could, do you know what? Let's craft a texture and color tool. Not going to need it now, but since we're here, might as well. Okay, so this will let us turn. Now this is kind of cool. This is fairly new, and I like it. Instead of just having speeder bikes in your inventory, doing nothing, and you can't put them down, which is unfortunate. You can't just lay them down because after 15 minutes they turn into little boxes, and you have to pick them back up again or lose them. But if you have at least, I believe it has to be at least a large one. Okay, so you can do it with a small one as well. You can change your hover bike into a parked hover bike. Essentially turns it into a display model, which allows you to put it down on the ground or wherever you want it. It won't despawn. Okay, it looks like it actually has to go on a block. I'm gonna stick it on here for now. There we go. That's not gonna despawn on us. It's awesome. It's a small change, but when you have a whole bunch of these, you can have them lined up, and you can make yourself look like a motorcycle club, or in this case, a hover bike club. Right. Put the texture tool into the personal kit box for now. And let's go onto the roof with our drone. Place O2 container there. Will allow us to pick this one up without losing anything. And we'll place this one down on the other side. Go. So we now have double the O2 capacity. Well, I do really... Come on. We'll eat this, and we'll make some. Now, interestingly, these constructors can't actually make... I do not know why. They just don't. The portable constructor can make food. We're just going to drop some meat in here. And off it goes. Make me some food. Thank you very much. And see, turned into a box. Now, as soon as we're ready to go, we're going to go back over to control the collection point, CP1, and we're going to loot and handle the rest of the loot and resources that we acquired. So now that we've got everything else we need, shop, we're ready to go. Start our inventory here. Let's get some oxygen, and we're going to start making this base look good, or at least better. Which, to be fair, not a tough ask at the moment. Okay, so we will keep a couple of bottles on us as emergency, and we'll put the rest into the... And these waters, we don't really need them for much else. We'll keep 4 just in case. Then we'll turn the rest into emergency O2, and we'll just keep the O2 in our suit the way we do the energy bar. Is any of my food ready yet? No, because that's turned off for... That's slightly enough. Okay, we'll eat these. I don't need a lot of food. Just need to get it up a bit. Okay, that'll do for now, and let's go and start picking up our stuff. Okay, right now let's see what we've got. Now, for the base upgrades, I need 12 windows. That's non-negotiable. I have a better shotgun, we don't need that. The anti-parasitic injection might come in handy. We definitely want much iron ore as we can get. Now, the other issue that we're going to be dealing with this episode, and we're going to start working towards it, is going to be getting a ship in, getting some proper transportation going. And to do that, we're going to use the factory. We're not going to spend time on building ships. As fun as it is, it's just a complete and utter time sink, like you wouldn't believe. So we're going to go with pre-builds, and on this occasion, as much as possible, we're going to go with my pre-builds, things that I've spent time on myself. And our first build is going to be the Shadow Mark 1, which is just a quick build SV. Has all the basic mod cons. 436 carbon, 230 copper, 74 iron, 63 silicon at 20 minutes 49 seconds. Relatively quick build. However, because we're going to be putting completed components and blocks into this factory directly, that will provide raw resources but should also reduce the production time. If we're lucky, it'll reduce the production time to 0. And we're just going to use stuff we don't need. We don't need the sentry guns. Well, we could use them, but I don't want to keep feeding ammo into them because there's a pack of dogs that regularly spawn beside that obelisk building. Yeah, so we don't need the power. Like I said, our base is now fully 100% solar power. We don't need this rather sweet large generator. We need its components a lot more. Inside our ship, we'll get rid of this door. We'll get consoles, furnishing. The windows we don't need. All these doors. Actually, you know what? I think we need one door. I'm shy one door of what I'd like to do. We'll have one door and one set of stairs. And can we not take the stairs as well? Gonna be mean to me? Is that what? Yeah, we're gonna be mean. I can't take the stairs. That's a shame. Okay, so we'll leave the stairs here for the next ride. And we're just gonna drop these things. We'll add the Shadow Mark 1 to the factory. We'll just drag and drop these items from the connected toolbar. See, the resources go in, the timer comes down. Beautiful thing. We're already down from 20 minutes down to 13, and we're not done yet. Now, although we're solar powered, I only have one solar capacitor. At the moment, I only need one solar capacitor. We're going to be going to another collection point. We'll get more. For the moment, we just want to drop as much as we get away with into factory. Pistol, not going to use. Force field's useful, but not going to use. Hand cannon, very fun and useful. Not going to use it, however. Shotgun, it's anything we don't need in the here and now. Going to get dropped into the factory. That'll be that. The sooner we get a new ship in, the better. Yeah, it's all about accelerating the gameplay as much as possible. Okay, right, as we see there, we're now done on silicon, and we're down to 7 minutes. Now what else is here that we don't need? LCD screens, we don't need those. Walkways, don't need those. Everything else that is here is going to be... Oh, we don't need the cargo boxes. Not strictly speaking, so we'll dump this all in as well. We're now done on iron. And everything that's left... Actually, I need to take that out so I can keep making my O2. That was silly. Everything that's left is just raw resources or some explosives. And I'm going to keep the explosives. They might come in handy. I don't want to preempt them and say that we're not going to. They might come in. Okay, so we'll disconnect from here. Now we'll head back to the base. Okay, we're back at the base, and I can't pick that up because I'm holding on to two. You know what? So we don't lose this one, I'm going to just drop these for a moment if I can pick it up. Let's just toss this in the fridge. That's what you like. You just throw them in the fridge. That is super bright. Dial this back a smidge, shall we? We want it to be bright enough to see, but not so bright that we just blind ourselves every. Okay, right, now this is the fun bit. I'm going to start pulling the base apart again. But it's for a good cause. We're going to strip it out and we're going to make it look good. 12 windows, 1 door. Now we're going to do it in 2 halves because structural integrity is a thing in this game, and I really, given that my I've got my thingy, my core. There we go. There's the word. I've got my core up there. I also have my capacitor storing my energy up there. I don't want to bring the roof down because I'll lose those components, and I don't believe I have everything I need to replace them at particular. Okay, that just absolutely sure. So we're going to do it in 2 stages. We're going to take off a wall, a short wall and a long wall, replace them with what we need, and then we'll do the other short wall and long. Okay, so there we go. That is the first half of the walls taken out, and we've gone for the windows. So what we're going to do on the long side, put in 2x2 window panels. On the short side, I put a 2x2 on each side. Then we need to make sure the door is in here so that we can stabilize things. Okay, there's the door. Try put that on. No, that's fine. Fine. Then we're going to put a 1x1 just above the door. Now there's a rug. And on to the next part. Okay, there we go. Once more. Rotate them into second. Long side first. And go to the 1x1. Job almost done now, as you can see here. It's a little dark for looking out. And it's a little light for looking in, and we want to change that situation. So we'll go back to the multi-tool. We'll change it to the rotate transparency option. There we go. Now we have a lovely view out, and anybody who wants to look in as we plan universal domination, well, yeah, it's not going to be so easy. In a little bit, but you get the point. Now, let's see if we can do a little bit about how bad some of these blocks actually. Now we have the option to change the block, or we can change how the block looks. So we're going to need the texture to that. However, this one needs. Why are we decompressing? Did we turn the power off? That's silly. Now lift this door up. We need rid of these two. And I don't actually want to block as well. There we go. Put the door back down. Right, now for the rest of it. Like any other block, paint tool, if you look at a block, control right click, it will copy the texture and color. Okay, it's where they was down, I don't texture for and we'll overlay that. Come on. Very shiny. Right. So we're not getting rid of these scummy rusty mark things that are going. So let's just lift the floor. Luckily that's still attached to the wall, so we're good. Now, this is a bit extreme, but as I said at the start, we're looking to make the base look good. So we can go the extra mile for the moment. You might have noticed that we no longer have an O2 symbol because somebody seems to think we've got holes. Oh, it was the door. Did I pick the door up? No. I did not pick the... Okay, so we need to make a new door. That's a little bit annoying. Not gonna... Little bit annoying. Right. Hold on. I saw a drone over. There was one there a minute. But right. Ping the drones if there's anything in the area. I don't want to be outside while I do this and then shot. There we go. Drone over there. 392 meters away. Stand over here. Should be fine. And we'll lay down just some blocks. Now, clicking left, clicking left, hold the left mouse button will get you the line. You also press Control, it will go in 2 dimensions as well. You can build out your wall or whatever you need done. Just like that, we have a new floor. Now, come on man, just do a thing or don't do a thing. Okay, he's gonna come and do a thing, and we're here for it. That is how we do that. Aren't you so glad you started that, silly drone? I would have left you alone, maybe. Sniper rifle ammo. Okay, we got 3 back. Cost us 1, and a capacitor. Okay, we're back in the room, and thanks to my small hiccup, we need a door. Need another door. Fine. And I'm gonna make a wireless connection for base. That's gonna come in handy. Wow, a whole bunch of stuff went red. We are low on resources. The door back in place. That's the moment. There we go. Our building is once more secure. Floor is looking a little bit cleaner, a little bit better. Still have some issues outside of the walkways and things. I only just put these windows in, man. Show some respect. Drones. Okay, let's drop that on the roof. We'll turn this off for the moment. I don't know what our power levels are like, but let's just preserve them while we can. So, and we have a wireless connector. Now let's see what's going on. I'm gonna want to. I think we'll just change the pattern. That will be fair enough. So what we need to do now is put in some replacement blocks. That we're looking for here. And we're just gonna finish this. Ooh, actually, that's a nice idea. You know what? I think we do that. Where did you go? Gonna be in corners? Be in corners. That's what we're looking for. Right, that's gonna look much better. Okay, no, yeah, I shouldn't have taken that other. It'll be fine. All good. Or that. Okay, no, that creates an awkwardness on the other level, and Did that. Okay. Go back to where we were before. We'll put a little ramp. Mirror it. Okay. Fill this gap in here. That looks better. That needs a whole block. Okay. Oh, that was a silly place to put it. It's still looking a little bit banged up. We haven't sorted out like the textures and things, but you know what? It's gonna be fine. Looking much better than it was just 5 minutes ago. Drop the texture tool back off for the moment. Drop the water off in there for the moment. That, get those. You know what? I think we're just gonna stick that gun in there for now. Okay, we should have a whole bunch of food ready to go as well, actually. 20 grilled steaks there, 15 there. Looking good. Like grilled steaks. Pick up some more oxygen. We're starting to the masters of our survival bars. See if we can get any more in here. Oh, it all goes. Damn, it all goes. We have 12 emergency bottles, so we'll stick that. Again, we'll keep a couple just cool in case we need. And we'll grab our speedster again, and we're off back to collection point 1. Get the last of our stuff, hopefully. There we go. Let's see what we've got left. Not a lot. Can we carry it all? Not quite. That's a little bit disappointing. Let's get rid of anything. Don't need those right now. The motors could come in handy. Okay, so this is going to require one more trip. And we're back. But now that we have the wireless installed, we don't actually need to leave the bike. And we're off. Okay, so this should be the last of it. Some cobalt, explosive devices. We no longer really need anything that's here, so we're going to unclaim the base by salvaging the core. Now, unfortunately, you don't actually get the core back. You play these Star Salvage or Star Salvage Reborn scenarios, you can. But here you just have to accept that you don't get all your stuff back, you just get some stuff. Okay, and we are back in the room. Let's see what we've got. Dump the cobalt, the optical fiber, the computers. I would have sworn we had more computers than that. Have I put computers somewhere they shouldn't? Did we just make a bunch of stuff? I think we just made a bunch of stuff. Grab the stairs. Install them. And you know what? Let's just dump a whole bunch of stuff here. We don't need the grow plots. They have their uses, but not here, not now. We don't need the armored window. Theoretically, we could get rid of the truss blocks and the walkways, but they're pure steel, and we've already maxed out on. We should be able to get rid of the sensors and this pro light. A little bit of extra resources. No, okay. Right, now here's a little trick for anybody unfamiliar. If you're having trouble getting things into the builds just to get rid of resources, if you go back to your library and just pick a big ship, a really big ship, it doesn't matter what you can do with it. You just need a big ship that has even more resources than the ship you're using. The bigger and crazier the numbers, the better. And that's just going to let you shove whatever you want. This is a cracker. This is the JAWS Alpha 10.5. I got this off the workshop for this purpose. I also spawned it into Creative World, and yes, it's a flying shark. I mean, enough said. However, here, we're not going to build it. We're just going to add it to the library. We can't even spawn it in. Level 25, we're like level 6 or something. But it will let you put in pretty much any resource that you have outstanding. And that will be reflected. So if we come back here and look up the shadow again, put the shadow mark 1 back in, down from 7 minutes to 5. So it keeps track of the resources you put in on the other build. It's a fantastic little workaround. But you know what? I think we might do that with these items just to get them out of the inventory. Don't need them. Not need them. Go back to the JAWS build. Okay, that doesn't... Remarkable. I may just be getting rid of the wood entirely. And what did that do to the shadow build? Down to 2 minutes. We need 380 odd carbon substrate, and we need, what's that, about 80 copper ingots. We're down to 2 minutes. This is looking good. Now where are we on level? Still level 6, we need to be level 7 to unlock drill. What we're going to do, we have one computer. Can we make more? Question of the moment. No, we cannot. We need electronics, so we need copper. So, there's a couple of ways we can handle this. We can go out farming for components and hope we get them. Go out farming for resources. Or we can just wait. The third option is helpful, and it's not going to get. So we're probably going to do either option 2. Put down these stairs. There we go. Right. Oh, I don't have a clone chamber yet. That's... Can we build a clone chamber? We can build it. Let's get that out of the way. Now we no longer have to rely on our camping tent. Fire that. Very much. You've been helpful, but you're done. For now, anyway. Okay, so to advance the quest, we need computers, and there's there's nowhere to guarantee getting them other than going out for. Takes a lot of research. Well, so exploration might be the. I think that's gonna get us. Yeah, let's go and explore the other collection. For this, we're going to need our other core. Now, if I recall, there was a collection point just on the other side of the one that we are at. Let's go exploring. Okay, these chaps could be trouble, so let's just deal with it. Okay, let's go. That was good. And let's sneak in here, do the job. Get the new core in. Take the power offline. This one will be CPU. Switch it over to hex. Now, let's see what... Copper! Hello! 105 copper ingots. That's exactly what we need right here, right now. We don't need any of the rest of this. We'll quietly tip this into the blue container. Let's just switch everything into the blue container. 3 computers. 2 computers. 5 all in. Okay, this is a win moment. This place has given us everything we need and a little bit more. We ain't even done yet. Okay, so let's go and find the wardrobe. Let's go and also loot the other container. Okay, so that run to the container was very helpful. We've got another 105 copper. We are sitting pretty. We're also picking up some key resources. Oh, hello there, this is Editor Badger. Unfortunately, I didn't realize it at the time, but my mic died out on me for the last 10 minutes. So I'm just going to do a quick voiceover to quickly overlay what was missed. Totally important. Or not, but we're doing it anyway because you need to know what's going on. So, from the point where it cuts off, we're basically just going over what's in the inventory, what still needs to be picked up on. We're going to loot these power components, we're going to loot whatever we've got left at this part of the base, we're just picking them up. That we can done this particular POI. Now, unfortunately, I ran out of ammo for the multi-tool. I couldn't actually get out of the building the way normally I just drill a hole out the back, job done. So we're going to take 3 solar cells into the inventory because we're going to take them back to base. We're going to use the moments we have now just to throw a lot of the modules and components we don't need into the factory. Try and get as much out of this as we can. Work towards getting our ship back in. Now we're gonna, for this bit, because we don't have enough room, we're gonna use JAWS Alpha 10.0 from the workshop. We're actually use the higher numbers for that so we can throw everything in all at once. And that will allow us to throw excess resources in, but also to bring the timer down. It keeps carrying up, it keeps stacking up until you actually make something. You can swap your builds in and out as you fit until you get the job done, until you're happy, or until you've got rid of all of your extra resources. Because then we don't need any of these guns. We've got all the equipment. At the moment we're now at the stage where the only guns we'll probably use are the ones that we loot. Again, we'll just toss this stuff into JAWS, and quite handily we got 5 computers as well. So with the 5 computers we can complete our mission. Got 3 more, and we're going to quickly knock our way past these security robots because, well, we need the XP. Now you don't actually get to hear my original soundtrack for this, which is good but not good. This guy here, we're down to 18 health. He was so close to killing us here. It was a squeaky bum moment. We made it through just by a little bit of sheer luck. But we did make it through. Heal up. and it's time to go back over to the main base. Take advantage of what we've got, loot these bodies, then we're going to head on back to the base. But because we can't go knock our way through the wall, we're going to have to jump over it. Now we're back at base, and on our way back, the cold temperature dropped off of us anyway. It's just one of those things. Yep. It can be the localized weather. It could be. It was nailing us whilst we were in the POI, but as soon as we get home, it's fine. So, laying down the 3 new solar panels, that gives us 12 panels out of a maximum of 15. The remaining panels, finish that, are sitting on the POI at the moment. Now that we can pick it up, we'll get our bike and shove it in the fridge, because as I said earlier, that's where you keep your hover bikes. Get rid of all of this kit. And the night vision goggles, we don't need them at the moment, but they're going to come in so handy. 5 computers for the quest. And that is essentially the end of the episode at this point. We've got the mission advanced, have what we need to turn in the mission. The base is looking much better. Not quite complete, but it's getting there. And we're most of the way towards spawning in the ship. If we look at the Shadow Mark 1 here, it's very, very nice. All we need now is some carbon substrate, and it's an almost instant spawn. It's a 1-second build time. And all we need to do is we mine up some carbon, or just dig a hole in the ground and get some stones and turn that into carbon. Random hole in the ground will do. We're now level 7, which means we can unlock the drill, and that will be our task at the start of the next episode. Will be to drill up or find some ores. As we can get, we don't have any carbon nearby. That's a neodymium. There's 2 carbon available, but we haven't found them yet. We're not going to go looking on a hover bike. That could take a long time. So we're going to go now. We're going to unlock the drill if we have the materials to build it. Nothing else at the moment worthy of unlock. Although we'll double check that at the start of the next episode. And build the drill. So we'll build that. Now we already have some of the ammo for the drill because we bought some in the shop. So we don't need to make any ammo at the moment. However, before we're done here, we are going to have to make some ammo. The multi-tool ran out in that last collection. Go with the energy cells, we'll craft 4. Each craft makes 2, so that'll give us 8. Job done. Now we've got our inventory sorted. We are ready to go for the start of the next episode. That brings this episode to a close. So once again, thanks for watching. If you like what you see, hit the like button, subscribe if you want to show your support that way. If you want notifications, hit the bell button. I've got a Patreon and a Buy Me a Coffee. The links are down in the description, as are the links for my socials. And once again, I'd like to thank you for watching the episode. And hopefully we'll see you in the next one. So enjoy the rest of your day. Bye then now.